Hi everyone, let's have a look at how I reach those arithmetic answers then. So first off, we've got 9.8 times 8.7, and I've laid it out as a long multiplication, remembering 0 the hero. So now when I start to multiply, 7 times 8 is 56, 7 times 9 is 73, 68, 8 squared next is 64, and 9 times 8 is 72, add the 6 makes 78. Now when I add 6 at 8, 14, add the 1 makes 15, it's 8. Remember in the question we've got 2 decimal places. So I'm going to have 2 decimal places in my answer. Like that. Number 2, I've laid it out, but as an inverse gap fill. So I'm starting with the answer, 19,788, and subtracting to find out what that missing number there is. So let's have a look. 8 subtract 5 is 3, 8 subtract 0 is 8, 7 subtract 6 is 1, 9 subtract 7 is 2, and 1 subtract that invisible 0 is 1. So the missing number is 12,183. Okay, we've got our division next. And I've got my known facts. You could pause to check yours against mine, because sometimes you get a mistake if one of your known facts is wrong. And I've started here. I've done how many 23s in 1, 0, and carried the 1. Then how many 23s are in 18, or 0. So now, right, I've got 18 to carry. So now how many 23s in 185? So I'm going to go down my list. Or I can get to 184 without going over. And that's 8. 8 lots of 23. So I'd have a remainder of 1. And how many 23s in 16? 0. Remainder 16. And how many in 161? Well, it's there, and that's 7 to get my answer 107. On number 4, I've laid it out making sure my big number is on top, 870. Underneath, in the tens column, 87. My decimal points are in line. Then I've got my 0, tenths, and 9 hundredths. And now I can start to subtract. Doing a lot of exchanging, stealing. 9 subtract 0, 9 subtract 7, 6 subtract 8, can't do, 8, 7 subtract 0, 7, just need to remember now, put my decimal point in line to get 782.91. Ooh, dividing by a fraction, so let's think about that menu. I've got a whole number, and put it over 1. Don't do dividing by fractions, we turn it into a times by flipping the second fraction over. First fraction stays as it is, remember. Now I can times across, and times across. Can't simplify it. Happy with that as my final answer. Now I've got a long multiplication here, and long is the word. So let's get cracking. I can do 9 times 5 is 45. 5 times 8 is 40. Add the 4 is 44. 5 times 7 is 35. Add the 4 makes 39. 5 times 4 is 20. Add the 3 makes 23. Now I'm timesing by the 4. 4 times 9 is 36. 5 times 8 is 32. Add the 3 makes 35. 4 times 7 is 28. Add the 1 makes 31. Add the 3. My 28 add 3 is 31. 1 in my head. And 4 times 4. 4 squared is 16. Add the 3 makes 19. And now I can add those. Said it'd be a big number. 5... 11, 2. 215,505. Oh. So on number 7, I've laid it out just in that good habit of putting the biggest number on top of my calculation, even though it's second in the number sentence. Like that. So just make sure I've got our ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000, so no 100,000s there. It's that invisible 0. And now I can start to add. 16 add 1 is 17, makes 8. There we go. 876,009. Okay, dividing by 5 now. So I've laid out my bus stop. I put my decimal point there, and some zeros to carry any likely remainders. So now I can divide how many 5s are in 7, 1, remainder 2. 5's in 28, 5, remainder 3. 5's in 33 is 6, remainder 3. 5's in 31, 6, remainder 1. 5's in 10, 2, nothing to carry. So there's my answer, 1566.2. Okay, on number 9, I've got my 7.8 and 5.571. So I've had to put 2 0 placeholders in those gaps so that I can now start to subtract. I'm going there to do the double exchange. 10 subtract 1 is 9. 9 subtract 7 is 2. 7 subtract 5 is 2. 7 subtract 4 is 3. 3.229. Oh, look at this beast of a question. Loads to do here. So I'm going to convert, first of all, my mixed numbers into improper fractions. 5 times 3 is 15. Add 2 makes 17 thirds. 2 times 1 is 2. Add 1 makes 3. Halves, denominator staying the same, look, for now. Don't forget, in addition and subtraction of fractions, we need a common denominator. So I'm thinking, well, what number? I'm going to use 6 as my common denominator. Because 6 is in the 3 times table and 6 is in the 2 times table. It's the lowest common multiple. And let's add those brackets. So I've done 3 times 2 makes 6. 2 times 3 makes 6. So I need to do the same to my numerators now. 3 times 3 is 9. 17 times 2 is 34. There we go. Now the denominator is going to stay the same for now. 34 add 9 is 43. That's a good answer. I like that answer. But let me show you how we could convert that improper fraction into a mixed number. How many 6s are in 43? Well, 7, because 7 times 6 is 42. So, I've got 40, I'd have 1/6 left over. 7 and 1/6.